Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about the 7 symptoms of implantation you recognize during your 2 weeks wait. A lot of people don't know what implantation is. A lot of people don't even know what to expect. Some have heard about implantation, but they don't know what to expect. So today I have 7 symptoms that you should be expecting during your 2 weeks wait. Instead of sitting and calculating the clock as it's ticking, you have to get busy with all these symptoms, checking out, am I going through implantation, or is my period about to come, or all that. Okay, so when you talk about implantation, before implantation you have conception and fertilization. Sorry if you see me with a little book, I just have some points so that I'm not everywhere. That's just my bullet points. Okay, so you have conception and fertilization. So during the fertilization, the fertilized egg travels down the fallopian tube into your womb, and there it implants, and then it stays for the next 9 months. So how does implantation happen? Implantations happen, or rather start, around 6 days to 12 days past ovulation. The 6th day to the 12th, sometimes it starts on the 6th, some people on the 9th, some people 10th, some people 11th, some people on the 12th day after ovulation. The peak of this implantation is either 6th or 9th day. It rarely happens around 12. That's for people who have longer cycles from 35 and above, or let's say from 30 days and above. So let's say, what is a cycle? Because it's not everybody that knows what a cycle is. So if you say implantation happens from 6 days to 12 days, they are wondering, is that like 2 days after my period or what? So a cycle is the first day of your period. The first day you start seeing full-blown blood. Like, that's the day your menses start. That's your cycle day 1. So let's say today is September 25th. Your menses started today. This is your cycle day 1. You woke up today 25th, and then you saw your menses. Today is your cycle day 1. 26th, cycle day 2. 27th, cycle day 3. 28th, cycle day 4. So let's say your period ended on cycle day 4, and then you ovulated on cycle day 12, counting from the first day of your period to, on cycle day 14, you ovulated on cycle day 14. So you're counting from the first day of your menses until the 14th day. Let's assume your ovulation happened on that day. So now you start expecting that implantation should start around 6 days past ovulation, which should be cycle day 20. And once it happens on cycle day 20, it shows that that particular person has a 26-day cycle or a 27-day cycle, because implantation happens 1 week before your expected period. So if your implantation happens to be on cycle day 12, it shows that this person has a 32-day cycle, because that should be 1 week before her expected period. And then we have some symptoms of implantation. If you are looking out for implantation symptoms, what are you looking out for? So the first sign is for people who do BBT charting, that's basal body temperature. They have something like a dip in their chart. If you do that, you know what I'm talking about. They have a dip in their chart, and the day you see that dip, that's the day that your implantation starts. Don't get me wrong, implantation happens throughout the first trimester, but that particular one that implants the baby into the womb, that the pregnancy start, that makes you have a positive test on your home pregnancy test and then the blood test, it is the one we are talking about, the one that gives the baby life, that you can say, okay, I am pregnant. So that is the implantation symptoms we are talking about. The first, you have the dip in the BBT chart, and then you have a rise in body temperature. A lot of people, their temperature will be high. Not that they have fever, their bodies will be warm, and you start noticing that, I am so warm this week. So you have to start taking things easy. You have to start being a bit excited and up your multivitamins and then your prayers to God, so that He can answer your prayers. Number 3, we have the implantation bleeding. Oh my goodness, this is the one that people get so confused. As a matter of fact, that is why I'm doing this video. First of all, implantation bleeding is a spotting. You hardly see implantation bleeding that is like blood or like a flow. It's spotting that comes one day. It is pinkish, brownish, or light. Even if it's going to be red, it's going to be very light red. Sometimes it looks like it's watery. Sometimes it looks like it's brown, dark brown. Then most of the time people get a pinkish kind of that, just a drop on your pants. Once a day you feel, it's my period starting, and then at the end of the day there's nothing there. And then there are some that comes out a whole day, but just little when you wipe on your tissue, you see most of it does not even full a pad, a pant liner, not even a pad. And then at most it comes out for 2 days, not more than that. For some people it will be a bit heavy, but just for 1 day. That is implantation bleeding. And then it is not every woman that sees implantation bleeding, and for each particular woman, it is not every pregnancy that you get implantation bleeding. Personally, I've never had implantation bleeding. I'd have miscarriages in my life before. I've had 2 live children, but I've never had implantation bleeding. And believe me, I don't even want implantation bleeding, because seeing implantation bleeding will even make me think there's something wrong with me, because I've never experienced that. I don't even want to start experiencing it. So it's just about 5%, let's say 20% of women who experience implantation bleeding. And for even if you had implantation bleeding in your first pregnancy, it doesn't necessarily mean in your second pregnancy you must have implantation bleeding. So please, if you don't have implantation bleeding, it doesn't mean you are not pregnant. And sometimes people have this kind of spotting, yet they are still not pregnant. It is hormonal imbalance. It could be infection. It could be that they had sex which was rough. But if you did not involve in all these things, and then you track your ovulation, you are on point, you are looking out for signs, this is a very good sign that your baby is implanted, and then there's a possible pregnancy on the way. Number 4, we have cramps. When you talk about cramps, you have ovulation cramps, you have pregnancy cramps, you have implantation cramps, you have period cramps. So which kind of cramps are we talking about? Implantation cramps are very mild. They are more like twinges, like waves. They are thinking there's something in my womb, is like a bubble, some kind of something. They are not extreme like period cramps or ovulation cramps. Very rare. There are exceptions, so you might find 1 or 2 persons that will say, okay, their own implantation cramps were a bit painful. But when you get to implantation cramps that are painful, you are having an early miscarriage most times. But you can't say it can never happen. There must be 1 or 2 persons it happen to, but 90% of the time implantation cramps are so mild, they are almost non-existent, that you might not even notice if you are busy. You start having some kind of period symptoms like constipation, fatigue, food aversions, and then you're wondering. It happens like that because your progesterone is already high, because once it's 7 days past your ovulation, your progesterone rises up, and that is what keeps you from seeing your period that can result to a pregnancy. So once the progesterone is up, you start having some symptoms, and when implantation is happening together with the progesterone, you start having some kind of symptoms like food aversions, fatigue, and all that. Vivid dreams. Personally, I have vivid dreams only when I'm pregnant, but I've known 1 or 2 persons. I'm a health coach and a fertility coach, so if you don't know that, if you're new here, that's why I'm telling you this. I have clients, over 600 clients, that have experienced this kind of implantation vivid dreams. Like you have a dream and then you remember this dream as if it's just happening now. It's a one-on-one conversation. That is another sign for implantation. Personally, my dreams come only when I'm pregnant or ready into the pregnancy. And then you have being sensitive to smell, and then your boobs are hurting. There are some people who, when a period is about to come, their breasts are hurting, their nipple is sore. But some people don't get this sign. But this nipple sore and all these signs I'm talking about, they are still period signs and they are still implantation signs. It shows that pregnancy is about to happen. And then the last but not the least we have the HCG test, or the home pregnancy test. When you take this test and it turns out positive, it shows implantation has just happened, because it is only when implantation happens that your test turns positive, both blood and urine. So many times they've been fertilization, but without implantation you will never test positive. Even if you test positive in the morning, to be negative in the evening, and that's what we call a chemical pregnancy, because there was fertilization without implantation. And then any symptom that is before implantation, it is not a pregnancy symptom. If you have all these signs and it's before your implantation, they are not pregnancy symptoms. They're hormonal imbalance, or maybe you were going through stress and you were having all those symptoms, and you still might have this spotting around this time, but you will not be pregnant. It will not be implantation. You need to see a doctor when you have all these signs and then you're not pregnant. So that is our 7 points for implantation signs. So please do not stay and be looking at the clock. You need to be observant. And thank you all. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe to our channel, because we have more beautiful content like this ones. And my name is Blessing Sule, aka the Fertile Mom. On this channel, every Sunday we give you updates about baby development, mommy development, and all that. And then on Wednesdays we provide content like this: health tips, fertility tips, and everything in between. So thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you again next Wednesday. Bye.